How's it going, everybody? Justin here with Berserkers Ballistics, and today I want to talk to you about a budget rifle, the Ruger American Predator in 6.5 Creedmoor. Well, first I want to say that I hope everybody had a happy Thanksgiving, and I am wearing my beanie and my flannel because it's getting kind of cold out, so yeah, I thought I'd dress appropriately. Anyways, another thing I wanted to address was why I haven't been able to upload for a while. I just found out that I'm going to be a dad here pretty soon. Pretty soon, I mean 9 months. Yeah, so I've been trying to work on the house, try to get that ready. I'm actually going to move all of this into a different room, make a whole new studio, so if you guys can bear with me, that'd be great. But anyways, this is going to be the nursery, so if you guys want to see that later on, go ahead and leave that down in the comments below. But anyways, let's get into the American Predator in 6.5 Creedmoor. As you can see, this is a Ruger American Predator. It doesn't come with a scope. I know some places do sell a scope package, but I actually got this as a package with a Vortex Crossfire 2, 4 to 12 I believe it was, but I figured I'd throw something with a little less power on it. I don't need that much power. I'm not shooting, you know, off into the abyss. I'm just shooting maybe up to probably 100, maybe 200 yards. I'm not really worried about shooting that far. As always, let's start with the barrel. Right here at the tip of the barrel, you do have a thread cover that comes straight from the factory. I've marred mine up a little bit. It's got a little scrape on it, but that's fine. I'd rather this get scraped up than the threads, which is a 5/8 by 24th thread, which, you know, if you wanted to throw suppressor on here or a muzzle device, you could totally do that real easily. You know, you could just screw it in. Now moving down to the actual barrel, it is a cold hammer forged barrel, which from what I've read and from what I've researched, it does withstand the environment a little better, which is good for, you know, hunting. You're outside a lot, you don't want it to rust up. I mean, don't get me wrong, you do want to oil it every now and then, but it is more resistant to the environment, which is nice. Down to the trigger, we have a really nice trigger. It is an adjustable trigger. You could go from 3 to 5 pounds. I have mine set at around 3.5 pounds. I like my trigger that light sometimes. You know, maybe you do want it at 5 pounds or maybe 4.5 pounds. You can go in here and change it up a bit. It is kind of a pain, I'm not gonna lie to you. You have to take this off, and then you have to disassemble the whole stock off of it, and then you have to go in there with an Allen wrench and, you know, change it that way. If you want a more accurate, you know, trigger pull, get yourself a trigger pull scale. They're pretty cheap. You could get one on Amazon. I'll throw one down in the description below. Now let's talk a little bit about the bolt. Now the bolt is manufactured out of one piece of metal, except for like the internal parts, I guess, your extractor and all that other good stuff, but it is a 3-lug bolt. It's easy to take out and clean. The only problem that I do have with it is that it does scrape quite a bit onto the upper. I don't know if you can hear that. You can hear it scrape up into your upper, which, you know, if you're out hunting and you want to be quiet, you can sand it down a little bit. There are videos that show you how to sand it down. One of my favorite features on here is the safety, which is on the tang. I don't know how many bolt actions come like this, but it is great. If you are looking down your scope, it makes it real easy. You could just throw your thumb up and find that safety. Boom, it's off, and you're able to engage your target that way. Now back here on the butt of the rifle, there is like this rubber padding. It does pad the impact onto your shoulder quite a bit. I don't have a problem shooting this thing. It is more high powered than my AR, obviously, But you know, with the padding back there, it doesn't hurt my shoulder. It doesn't you know, affect me anyway. The stock on here, the whole chassis is made out of it's a synthetic chassis, buttstock, whatever you want to call it. I wish it was a little heavier, to be honest with you. I seem to get a lot of recoil out of this thing when I shoot it, which makes it hard to re-engage if I needed to. But I think if I put a little more weight on here, or if I put a whole new chassis on here, it would be pretty a little heavier, which would make my recoil a little better as well. It also, if I threw a muzzle device or a suppressor on here, it would also help with recoil a lot. Now let's talk price. When I first got this, I think I spent around $800 with the combo. It is a more high-powered scope. I think it's about a $300 scope. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. It's about a $300 scope. But this is, it's supposed to retail, if you go to the Ruger site, it does retail for $619, which is pretty good for a bolt-action 6.5 Creedmoor. Now let's talk modifications. I did put on some bipods, which I do like these better than the ones that I got on Amazon. I'm not gonna lie to you, these are from Walmart. And something cool about the bipods is that it does have a place for you to put on your sling. If you wanted to sling it onto your back, or you know, whatever really, you could do that. This is one I got from Walmart as well, mostly because it closely matched the color. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of this color for my gun. I guess it does kind of give you a little bit of camouflage, but honestly, I'm not a huge fan. And with all that being said, I think it's time to go shoot this thing. So let's wrap it up and head out to the range. Left 2, up 1. So let's go make those adjustments. Well, as you can see from the videos, it is a really accurate gun. I mean, I was only shooting at 50 yards, and I was just trying to get my scope lined up and sighted in. If you go back and watch it, you can see how much recoil I have on the gun. I feel like if it was just a little more heavy, and I put a muzzle device on it, or even a silencer or a suppressor, it would do really great. Because of how much recoil it has, it does take me a little more time to get back on target and get another round out. At the same time, it is a bolt action gun, so I mean, getting back on target might not be necessary. The rounds are big enough, you know, if you get a good hit on your target, your deer, or you know, a bear or whatever, you should be good to go. Now, the reason why I went with the 6.5 Creedmoor is because I went online. I did my research on what a good hunting caliber is, and 6.5 Creedmoor seems to be the new 308. From my opinion, that's just from what I've read and whatnot. I know there's a lot of people out there that are like, oh, 308 is the best for hunting. You can argue about that in the comments down below. I mean, it's not brand new. 6.5 Creedmoor isn't brand new. But I did like the specs on it, how well it travels through the air. You know, it seems like a really good long distance gun. If I can find a range that goes out to 500, 600, 700 meters, I will take it out and, you know, see if I can hit those targets. I haven't done that since my military days. You know, 300 meters was our furthest distance, but you know, it was pretty easy. I would like to test my abilities going further out. I feel like this gun could be really, really accurate at those distances. I only took 9 rounds out. I figured I could get it done pretty quickly. I didn't take into account how close I was to the target. I was only at 50 meters, like I said. I just have to go in and make a couple adjustments. That's pretty much all I have to do. I'll take it out again, make those adjustments. It's not much of adjustments that I have to make. So, you know, all I have to do is go out there with another 3 rounds, make those adjustments, and we should be good to go. I'll take probably not another 9 just in case. But other than that, you can see how accurate it is. You can see how much recoil it has. It does jump a lot. The gun is also pretty loud, so if you want to go out, make sure you have good hearing protection on. I let my girlfriend use my fancier ones just because it is louder for her. Get some really good hearing protection. I can leave a link for a couple down below if you want. You could go down to Amazon. Those are paid links, so I get paid for, you know, however many people buy. Just so you know, it does help the channel out a lot. I do try to, you know, take that money and put it back into the channel. That's pretty much all I have for you in this video. Next week I should have a video on a couple reflex sights. If you have any more input, or if you just want to, you know, say good job or whatever, or I don't like this video at all, go ahead and leave it down in the comments. It really does help out the channel a lot, especially with the 2A community. But anyways, happy holidays to everybody. Stay safe and shoot straight.